If you don't know, Best Buy is a national electronics retailer. They sell mobile phones, office equipment, home office supplies, and consumer electronics. Their products include, and brands as well, home consultation, home theater installation. They have Best Buy branded products, and they also have the Geek Squad. They operate within Mexico, Canada, and the USA. And obviously, United States is their biggest market. I believe in my research, I seen a figure that said that the US made up about 88% of their sales. So that is insane to know that Americans buy that much electronics. But while digging through all of the data in preparation for this episode, I found out that the North American consumer electronics retail market segmentation is really a mixed bag, but the top three categories are computer hardware and software, consumer electronics, and consumer communications equipment. So computer hardware and software makes up 30.8% of that big pie of all North American sales, which includes Mexico and Canada. But interestingly enough, you have consumer electronics, which makes 29.5%, which is very close. And then you have communication equipment, which makes up 23.9% of the total electronics retail market of North America. The other two figures were household appliances and photographic equipment. Household appliances were 13%, and the photographic equipment was 2%. So people aren't really buying a lot of cameras. People aren't really buying a lot of dishwashers and things like that. A lot of people are buying cell phones and telecommunications equipment. They are buying computers, obviously, because everybody had to upgrade their computer systems because of this pandemic. And they're also selling a lot of hardware and software for computers. So that's very lucrative. That is where Best Buy is really primed to make their money. They do sell electronic household appliances. They do sell cameras and all of that. But I believe that they make their most money off of hardware, software, consumer electronics, and communication equipment. Also, it's interesting to note that, as I said earlier, the United States makes up 88.0% of the North American consumer electronics retail market. And that is really, really insane because Canada is only 6.8%, and Mexico only makes up 5.2% of the total electronic retail within our geographic continent of the North America. So that is really, really insane. And Americans, we have we have a big population, and our population is very affluent compared to Mexico, and we just are really dominating those areas, which is insane. To anytime you make up 80% of any market, we are consumers. We are buying. Another interesting fact I found out about this market, this Best Buy is in, it's growing. This sector is growing, and it's really stupendous. But in the year 2020, the year of the pandemic, the industry, the consumer electronics retail market, actually seen a 2.7% increase in growth. And in the year 2020, they are estimating that there will be a 1.4% increase. So that's a slight decline, but it makes sense because if we all went out and purchased computers back in 2020, people aren't going to go back and buy a new computer in 2021. So that kind of makes sense. But then we see actual growth in the next 3 years. So in the year 2022, we're expecting 1.9% growth. And then in 2023, we're expecting 2.7% growth. And in the year 2024, we're expecting 3.6% growth within the electronics retail market. And this is really important. And if you've been listening, you will know that that means that you probably should be investing somewhere within this market, since there are going to be approximately 3 years of growth from 2022 to 2024. And that is a real good place for you to invest, and probably why you should invest in like an Amazon or a Best Buy, because we're expecting some type of, it looks like a super cycle in 24 of people replacing their electronic devices. And that's always awesome. So maybe we had a couple of people who held out and didn't buy computers last year, and they're going to be needing them soon. But by the year 2024, I guess we got some brand new televisions, and we got a whole lot of new technology coming out in the future. So it's a really good time to invest in Best Buy, and not just Best Buy company, but any electronics retailer, because the market is primed to grow. And that's what you want to look for when you are investing within a company. You want to look at the company, is it supposed to grow? And then you want to look at the industry which the company belongs to and that the company exists in. You want to see if that is primed to grow. And as I said before, 2025, the North American consumer electronics retail market is forecasted to have a value of $435.8 billion, an increase of 11.6% since 2020, which is insane. 11% growth from now until 2025, actually from last year until 2025.